All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So what I think I'm going to call this podcast is don't wait too long to build up your wardrobe. If you know anything about me, I teach a Mastering Self-Confidence program where I try to help men with a lot of things regarding women, fashion. Obviously, that incorporates wardrobe, hygiene, fitness advice, a lot about how to gain and lose weight. And it's a lot about also trying to save money when doing a lot of these things. One of my slogans is, I try to help men live an incredible life affordably. And lately, a lot of guys I've been running across, I don't know if it's because the pandemic's over or whatever, they want to start dressing nice again. I think there's more partying going on. There's more people meeting out in restaurants, bars, even being kind of stuck at home. People going out just more in general and want to look better. I think they're also sick of dressing in maybe sweatpants or just shorts all the time or athletic wear or just casual wear in general. They just kind of want to look better. I also think a lot of guys some have gained weight during the pandemic, but also a lot of people I know in Florida actually were working out throughout the pandemic. And because it's spring, going into summer, they kind of started to work out and lose some weight and get ready for all of that. But what I want to touch upon today is, I talk a lot about in my videos, YouTube and podcasts, how to save money by, shopping consignment, going to resale stores, not doing it necessarily online. I'm not an online guy. You can do it if you'd like. I just have to see what the clothes look like on me. And I don't like, you order something, you get it. I don't like it necessarily the way it fits or this or that. Then I got to send it back, go to the post office or just do all that. It's not my thing. I'm kind of the guy who likes to shop still. I want to feel it. I want to look at it. I want to smell it. And, I realized, there just seems to be a lot of, I can't say issues for certain guys. It's not an issue for them, but a lot of locations, depending on where they live, they don't have a lot of consignment resale stores. They have a lot for women, I should say, just they don't have a lot for men. And it seems like even after the pandemic, there's even less stores. Even in Orlando, where I live, the state of Florida, it seems like some of the stores closed down or they went more women and just kind of the men's department, I guess you could say, got a lot smaller. And also, I think, at least in Florida, at a lot of places, there's so many malls now. There's so many more deals to a certain degree in a lot of big box stores because a lot of them are hurting, giving really good sales. And then you also have outlet malls opening up all over the place too. So you incorporate all that, But I'm going to go back to this. This is really what I want to get to. Let me get some water here. I'm not going to tell you how to shop today. If you want to learn more about that, you can kind of check out my program or you could check out other things. But what I am going to talk about in this is not waiting too long, because I think what happens with a lot of guys is they wait too long to start really building up that wardrobe. And one of the things people have to realize, to build up your wardrobe costs money. It's like anything else. And I know a lot of times guys are like, well, I want to get all these clothes, this and that, and they'll give me a budget. And I'll be like, that's not going to get you very far, even resale or consignment. It's just not, especially if you want to start taking things to the next level and looking really good. When you go resale and consignment shopping, a lot of times what I try to aim for is just one or two pieces that fit me pretty well. Something I may take to the tailor, maybe not, but it's just a couple pieces. Usually I'm never in a consignment resale shop for the most part, unless they're mega, like well-suited in Arizona or San Diego. I'm going to find a whole wardrobe there or find like 7, 8, 10 pieces. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you kind of catch lightning in a bottle. You'll find somebody who returned a bunch of clothes, either new or mint, that's your exact size. I've had that happen. And you're like, holy cow, I hit, the jackpot. It's the same style clothes I like. It's the colors I like. It's the size. It all works out that day. But for the most part, when you consignment shop, I'd say you're most likely looking, if you're lucky, maybe 2 to 5. I'd say it's more on the 2 to 3, usually. And what I think happens, by doing that, it takes time to build up your wardrobe. And I like that a lot of times because I think most men who need clothing or want to start dressing a certain way, I like them experimenting. Instead of either finding the same type of clothes that they've always worn and then they just look like the same clothes, or I got distracted there. Let me think. They either buy the same type of clothes, or what was I going to say there? They don't necessarily find the right clothes. They just settle. That's what I was going to say. They also settle on the size that may not fit. It's not the specific kind of brands they like. All these different types of things, but also to finish up with that is experimenting. When you experiment with cheap clothes, I call it disposable clothing. You buy it, you look at it, you wear it, you're like, you know what? I always wore, Polo. I'm going to try Lacoste. I always tried Express. I'm going to try this brand instead. It kind of opening your horizons. And again, that's how you can start building up this wardrobe, by experimenting and seeing what works. But that takes a while. I'm going to tell you right now. And I know sometimes you only have a budget of, say, maybe $100 a week, or maybe you only have $500 in your account that, you got to go shopping with, and you want to start buying a bunch of shirts, some pants to match with it, maybe some shoes, maybe an accessory or two. Whatever it is, it may not be enough money. I get it. But I don't want you to think, too, I want you to get in debt with clothes. That's one of the things that are my pet peeves. If you could afford clothes or put a lot on your credit card and pay for it, God bless you, you have money, do whatever you want to do. But I do not think getting in debt thousands of dollars, unless it's a new job, you're going to be making a substantial amount of money in the future. You can replenish and just pay off that debt on the credit card, not pay a lot of interest. That's a different situation. But what I would recommend here, or what I should say too, is when it comes to clothes is, first, make sure you're the body style, or you're where you're at physically. If you want to lose 20 pounds, I wouldn't start buying any clothes really at all, unless you start buying them that's a size smaller. If you want to get bigger, let's say, for instance, keep the clothes you have and then eventually start buying clothes that increment up. And then if you really want to get crazy, buy a size bigger if you do go shopping and you want to fill that shirt. Because if you want to get bigger and stronger, you're going to mentally program yourself to fit in these type of clothes. A lot of times, if you stay in the same clothes you're wearing, you kind of still get locked in there. So, really, let's kind of, I got a lot of information here I'm kicking out at you guys, and it's almost confusing me at times because I want to make sure I cover all the bases. I don't use notes. This is just always off the top of my head. But if you do want to, you're at the body shape you want, or you're in the shape you want, you're physically where you're comfortable, and, you want to start building up that wardrobe, you're going to have to spend money. I don't know if you're going to have to get a second job for a while. I don't know where you're going to get income or whatever the case may be, but I don't want you getting in debt right now. But you may have to bite the bullet. A lot of guys do have some extra income. They just have to back up on other shit they're spending money on. So if you're going out, a certain amount of times per week, if you're spending an extra, let's say $50, $100 a week, or even $150 or $200 a week, maybe back up for a month, get that extra whatever, $600 to $800, and let's start building up that wardrobe from there, and then let's keep it moving forward. So in hopefully 2-3 months, and again, you could try consignment, resale, which is where I want you to start. But again, if you can't find it there, then we're going to go to probably an outlet mall if you can find it. And then try to find sales. That's what we're shopping for right now. I mean, that's really when we go into a mall, we're looking for 60, 70% off. And again, when we go into a certain store, we're not there to buy the entire, place. We're there to find one or two pieces that are really affordable, that look really good on you. Too many people pay full price. It's ridiculous. Now, if you see a piece that you love that's full price, once in a while, here and there, God bless. And if you have the money to buy it, do whatever the hell you want to do. But if you don't, really it's going to be based around resale, consignment, and sales. That's what we have to do. And here's something, too. A lot of people, too, get caught going in big box stores that they can't afford. So if you like Nordstrom's, go to Nordstrom's Rack. If you like Neiman's, go to Last Call Neiman's. Go to their outlet divisions. A lot of times, though, their clothes aren't maybe at, up to par. But you'll save a tremendous amount of money. Also, find times when the sales are going on top of the sales. That's what a lot of people underestimate. So it'll be like, okay, there's 60, 70% off at, I'll just throw a store out there, JCPenney hypothetically. And then on this day, they're having 50% off of that. Or they may have a day where buy one shirt, you get another one for a penny. I'm just using like different deals or examples. Take your time and find out when the real deals are going on. Holiday weekends, a lot of times, they have really good deals sometimes. You just got to get there early, because what happens with a lot of people is they get to the stores too late, and a lot of the stuff is gone by the time they get there. So stay on top of those things. If you really want to build your wardrobe, learn how to pay attention on how to do that and do it affordably. Don't just be like somebody who just walks in anywhere and goes, what am I looking at here? Oh yeah, this looks cool. I like this. How much is this? All right, fine. You know, it's really, what you got to do is kind of master certain things. Like if you've traveled before, you don't always want to pay full price for your plane tickets, for your hotel. I don't care if you even take an Uber or Lyft or when you're eating or certain things. If you're on a budget, you make it work. You got to do the same thing with a wardrobe. You know, a lot of people just are, especially men, I should say, they're lazy, and they frown upon men that should shop for deals or finding clothes on sale or shopping more than just going into a mall once every 6 months and just going in one store and going, that's cool, man, I like this brand. Give me 4 of those shirts, 3 of these pants, and, you know, this and that, and just walk out and not giving a shit and not buying clothes or switching up their wardrobe or testing different colors or even testing different stores. So put some more time and effort into it, and I can assure it's going to go a long way, especially if you start finding unique pieces. And again, it may not be at a resale, consignment, Goodwill place, but you can maybe find them in stores that not everybody else is shopping in, and that could be locally. This is what I'm going to wrap it up with because I like to keep my podcast around 10 minutes. This is going a little longer. You may have to go outside of your town or even city. You may have to go, for instance, an hour out, hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours. Now, you think I'm crazy, but if you could find a really good resale, consignment, or outlet mall, or any mall, or stores that are really discounted that have good clothes, you'd be shocked at what you find. Like, for instance, me and my girlfriend, she's a huge consignment shopper sometimes, and we're 2 hours away, but we make it work because her parents are there. But one of her favorite consignment stores is in Jacksonville. Another one is in Naples. Another one is in, I think, Clearwater. And I've done videos at some of these locations that do women and men on my YouTube channel. You know, my point being is, you know, you may spend a little more money on gas, put some miles on your car, but you go there and they, you know, somewhere that's a really big resale or consignment store, like, say, for instance, I was just mentioning Well Suited in Arizona. They have some in Scottsdale, some in Phoenix. They're a monster. So if I'm in Phoenix, no matter what, I get there. Even if it's an hour and a half, 2 hour drive, I know those stores, I'm going to walk out with a lot of pieces because they're mega. And I know a lot of times, too, they're really affordable and the quality is great. Even in Orlando, I'm very limited with, you know, I have guys that come in, clients, and I take them shopping. I just did this with somebody, and I just did it with my marketing team as well, and some others, my friends as well. And, you know, there's only really a few places here now where there was more before. But we do find good pieces. I'm not going to say we don't. But again, if I want to find more pieces or more places, I have to leave Orlando. You may be in a city or town that you don't have any, you know, Goodwills or resale or consignment or even good malls. Go out and find them. Go get them, you know, or go find out where they're at. You know, and also a lot of times you're probably driving, like when I drive from Orlando to Jacksonville, there's an outlet mall halfway in between there. You know, if you're, you know, just take out an hour of your time or a half an hour, go in real quick, check out some stores. If there's some sales going on, I also have 2 outlet malls in Orlando that are really good as well. So these are just things I want to go through with you. I'm going to wrap it up with that. But yeah, but don't wait too long. I'm going to say that one last time. Too many people, when they decide to start building up that wardrobe, it's just by the time they keep buying pieces, their other pieces look worn out. They also take too long to put outfits together. So they'll buy a few things and wait 6 months, and by the time they'll even forget what they have in their closet. You've got to get that momentum going, like anything else, where you buy a few pieces 1 week, you buy another few pieces the next week or 2 weeks, you buy some other pieces, you start building up that wardrobe, you start putting things together, because your closet is like a big, kind of like puzzle. It's missing a bunch of pieces. You have what you have, and if you want to change your entire wardrobe, that's one thing, but most likely you have some pieces in there you like, some pants, some shoes, some shirts. We just want to build upon that at the beginning if we can't afford a whole new wardrobe, and just kind of start adding little touches here and there. Very simple. If you need a sport coat, let's just get the right sport coat that matches those outfits. If you need some new pants, let's just go with black. Possibly. It could be denim or it could be whatever, dress pants, but we know that's going to go with a majority of your shirts. Shoes, let's go with a color that kind of either if you want really stands out or matches again with everything. Even if it's a tie, we want to get a tie that works with a lot of your either sport coats, your shirts, if you're going to weddings, not just one tie that works with only one outfit. So I think you get what I'm talking about here, but you need to start building up that wardrobe, not waiting around. Especially, I know I preach the resale consignment stuff, that's great if you have a lot of those stores and you're consistent, but if you can't find the pieces you're looking for, it may be time to move on to other things. Just look for the sales. All right, you got any questions or comments, you can hit me up at masteringselfconfidence.com. You can email me through there or richcelenza.com. And I got my marketing guys putting up new TikToks. They're showing different places. I actually think they showed one in Beverly Hills. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's not a lot of good deals in Beverly Hills to find all the time. But I'm going to tell you this, California, just if you go outside Beverly Hills, there's some great consignment shopping for men in LA. I would literally just go up to LA for the weekend to shop and I'd see coats literally that are $2,000. I'd see them in consignment stores 6 months later for $400. I saw shirts that were $400. I'd find them for $50 all day. Some of the best consignment shopping in the world is in California, especially the LA area. I also love the Palm Springs area. Great spots. Like I was saying, Arizona's got some great spots as well if you're on the West Coast. And there's a bunch. You just got to find them. But a lot of the big cities, though, are good or they're not that good. Because even Chicago, for me, I've never had luck there. I'm from there. And I've always shopped consignment there. I never find pieces and there's not a lot of stores. But if you kind of flip it all of a sudden, and I'm in a smaller town, sometimes like in Florida, I could go to Clearwater or maybe even Fort Myers and stuff, Naples, and there'll be 2-3 consignment stores in a smaller town that have a lot more clothes. So it's quite interesting. Don't think because you're in a big city that there's always that much more to offer than smaller towns when it comes to resale or consignment. All right, take care, and I wish everyone the best.